Greetings, here's your Chapter 4 test. I wish you the best of luck. If you need help, please let me know. All right, question number 1 says part A. There's two parts. Find the value of x in the triangle below. So again, these angles are all equal, so I would just set it up as 3x equals 60. Sorry, my pen's messing up there. And solve for x. Then part B, gotta switch something here. Try the other end of this pen. Here we go. Classify it by its angles. So if all the angles are the same, is it acute, right, obtuse, or equilateral? So we're choosing it by its angles. Okay. Number 2. Same thing. All right. When you're setting this one up, though, to solve for x, all three angles are slightly different. So you're going to say 6x. Remember, all three, if we add them together, equals 180. All right. So you just want to combine your like terms. I'd combine these first and then get them over to the other side. Get rid of him, and you solve for x. And then again, plug in the value for x and figure out how many degrees this is. And is it an acute, right, obtuse, or equilateral triangle? Remember, to be obtuse, all you need is one angle. If it's acute, they all three have to be acute. And if there's one right angle, that makes it right. If it's equilateral, it means all three sides are the same. We're talking about angles here. That's for question 1 and 2 if you need to go back to it. Moving on, question 3. Again, 2 parts. We want to find the value of x. So again, you're going to want to set this up. I've set the first couple up for you. But take x plus 12 plus 52 plus, that's right, 90 degrees. That's how many degrees are there in the right angle. And set them equal to 180. So this plus this equals 180. And solve for x. And then, of course, choose what kind of a triangle this is. There was a 90-degree angle in there, just to remind you. Question 4. Similar thing, a little different though. We want to find out how many degrees this outside angle here is. So we have 115 and 30 degrees. You know 2 angles. If you subtract those from 180, you're going to have this third angle right here. Then what you need to do is take this angle and add them together. That'll tell you how many degrees x is. Okay? And then, of course, as we've been asking, acute, right, obtuse, or equilateral triangle. Okay, question 5. They want us to help complete the congruent statement. So they say QRS, so QRS. Okay, so this is the order that they go in. How would you name it, the other triangle, to make them congruent? Remember, you got to go around in the same order. So who matches up to that? It's the same thing in number 6, only it's a 4-sided figure. So they go A, B, C, D. So how would you go around on this shape over here? That's what you got to choose from. Question 7, it says, identify the transformation you could use to move the solid figure onto the dash figure. So to get him on top of him, would it be a translation, a rotation, or reflection? Which of those would it be? All right, same thing on number 8. Let me zoom in here. We're going to go from the solid figure to the dashed figure. So again, translation, rotation, or a reflection. Those are your 3 choices. Which is those applying here? Number 9, it says, state the congruence that is needed to prove that these two are equal according to hypotenuse leg. So what piece do we need? Remember, if it's hypotenuse leg, it means the hypotenuse, which is opposite to 90, Those need to be equal and one leg, and it needs to be 90-degree right triangles, I should say. So which of these pieces of information do we need to use hypotenuse and leg? Question 10, same thing, only which piece of information do we need from these choices to make it angle, angle, side? And again, remember, I like to label these. So like there's an angle, here's an angle, here's an angle. What are we missing? Question 11. Zoom in here. We want to complete the statement. So choose the two answers that make this true. So which two of these goes in here? These are angles. So it says LM is equal to MN. So this whole side is equal to that whole side. Okay. So what angles are we needing to be congruent? Number 12, same thing. They give us angles though. We're going to use, these are sides. What sides do we need to put in to complete the congruent statement? (13), we want to find WYX. So that's WYX, that's this angle right here. How many degrees would he be? If you know two of them, you can take them away from 180 to figure out the third one. Okay, moving on, number 14. Again, we want to find WX, now we want to find the side. So this side, how long is this side? Okay, so you figured out how many degrees this angle was in the last question. So that should help you to figure out if all the angles are the same, what are all the sides? 15 and 16, both of these are talking about coordinate notation. So basically, if you move from this point on a figure over and down, so that you're going to start off with x, and is either plus or minus. So plus or minus what? How many units? And this would be y plus or minus how many units? Okay. Same way with number 16. All right, you're going to do it the exact same way as we did up here in 15. 17, we're asked to describe the change from A to B. Is it a translation, a reflection, or a rotation? And lastly, number 18, same thing as 17. Is this from A to B a translation, a reflection, or a rotation? All right, if you have questions, make sure you ask one of us. Hope you have a great rest of the day.